Hi, this is Nemesis Stars, and apparently I haven't actually streamed basically for a while, I guess. Um, I know I didn't stream for about a month, which I think it was due to everything going on and whatever, and such and whatever. Me going through the whole world sort of thing, and invasion and yada yada. Basically, it's basically the reasons I just haven't. Is one of the basically one of the reasons. So basically that is one of the top reasons. Second reason, it's because of the whole well, basically because Minecraft's having a current issue right now. And such, but I do actually make more videos than I do live streams. But basically, today's video is something completely out of the ordinary, which you can already notice in my right eye. So this eye is red. It was worse, yesterday, whenever it was actually red. So apparently it actually was weird. It was the same day that my granddad went to hospital. It was weird. It was so weird because my eye did become red, like a bloodshot infection, which was odd for me. So apparently my mum called up for the eye and whatever. We went in and wanted to get it seen too, and straight away my GP Moira suggested it was an infection, which it was. So since yesterday I've been taking eye drops in my eye. So my mom has to do it because I can't see in front of my own face, so my mom has to do it. And it's a good thing because, that's always hit and miss with the eye drops, like, she's only once missed, but I usually tell her if it goes in or if it doesn't go in, and she tries it again until it does go in. But basically, yeah, these eye drops are basically meant to stop the infection, and altogether and restore my eye color back. So apparently I probably do have a bit on my left side somewhere. I mean, you can't really see it on that side very well because it's probably in the early stages, I guess. But yeah, basically, my eye does look better than it was, yesterday. It does look actually better. Because you can actually see a bit of red there. It was a bit more red. I mean, there is a bit more red there, on that side of the eye. So apparently this will go away eventually because my mom's had this before. She's had an infection in her eye before. So, which is a good thing. So I'm actually glad that, basically I've got eye drops in my eye. So basically my other eye, it's best to do both just in case one, might get infected later, and whatever, but basically I'm protecting both eyes, just to be safe, I guess. So yeah, basically I'm glad I got eye drops because if, nothing worked and whatever, I would have had to go back, and see the GP again about my eye. Well, my eyes. I basically on the day I did go to the GP, she did ask about my vision and whatever, and I said it's fine, I could see and whatever. I could basically also she did the finger test. I actually watched it. Like I could literally follow it. So she was just testing my eyesight. My eyesight's fine. I've got no pain. The only thing I feel is just an allergy with hay fever, which is normal. So it's got nothing to do with my actual eye. Because it's something that's not normal. So the only time I usually get like a red eye or whatever, or like when it becomes really red is basically usually when my eye gets exposed to chlorine, which is an allergy I have to chlorine, because of something in chlorine that causes an allergic reaction, which is something called pink eye. But even so, heat does it as well, where my eyes would become red because, of heat. It would cause the same thing, really, pink eye. But basically that's an allergy, again, because of the, pollen and whatever, because I'm basically a pollen. But basically, hay fever doesn't do this to my eye. It never does this to my eye, ever. As bad as this. But it'll get better, I hope. So I'm actually hoping it does get better, and basically my eye starts to look normal, kind of like this one, where it looks a bit more normal. Because you can literally see how normal that eye actually looks compared to that one. That one looks a bit more red, you can see there. So basically, I know, basically for people that actually haven't had it, well, now you basically know what bloodshot is. That's bloodshot. So that's when your eye becomes really red. That's bloodshot. Caused by a number of issues, as I've read. It basically also can be caused by allergy, as one of them, but I don't actually have that. The only allergy I have with my eyes is I rub. I just basically get itchy around my eyes, which is normal, hay fever reaction, which is why I never actually use hay fever eye drops as much, because I only usually use them when my eyes start to hurt. It's usually the only time I use it. But basically the one for the infection, I have to use it 4 times a day, and it's 1 drop, basically those 4 times a day. So basically I have to take it like every morning, dinner time, tea time, and bedtime. So that's 4 times. So yeah, so basically now you know what bloodshot is there. But yeah, it's weird. I feel no pain. It's kind of like, oh god, it's kind of like basically what I got like earlier on this earlier in the month. It's kind of like when I got the high blood pressure, and it just, come on, I felt no pain whatsoever. It kind of feels a bit similar. It's weird. It's like I feel fine. But I can definitely say that 2024 is, oh god, the worst year I've ever had. Because of a lot of things that has happened to me so far. And it's annoying. I've had like rashes. I've had, oh god, I've had all sorts this year. Oh, it's just bad. Very, very bad. Yeah, so it's kind of like a cursed year. My gosh, I'm hoping it doesn't get worse. Especially since I've got Flamingo Land in October, which is basically next month. So I'm hoping I get the vaccine in time before the holiday, before I get the COVID, because last year it was horror because everyone got it and everybody couldn't go at Flamingo Land, so I'm hoping that does not happen again, because that would piss around with me, because I love Halloween. I had to call off last time because I was ill. So, and I also couldn't risk infecting other people. So I just kept saying that I can't go because of the corona. I remember saying to my family, we have to cancel it this year because of the whole, us having corona, us being too sick, and such, which would ruin our holiday. Because I know for one thing, when I had the corona, I was ill for around 2 weeks, I think it was. I think it was 2 weeks. Or 1.5, I can't remember. But I usually am a speedy recovery person when it comes to the corona. I usually are the quickest to get rid of it. That's weird. It's like something in my DNA, something in like my blood or something that makes me fight it off a lot faster. It is weird. But I'm hoping I don't get it again this year because I don't want it. I don't want another Flamingo Land holiday ruined again. I'm just hoping I just want to celebrate Halloween this year because I actually have planned for a werewolf costume this year that I'm planning to get together, and such. Like, I'm actually planning to dress up as a werewolf Sonic, win a Halloween competition as, in the adults part and whatever, since it's like werewolf related. But yeah, I do have to get the soles put together, basically on the shoes and whatever. Also take a closer look at the costume and see what needs doing to it. Since, it's, also I have to put stuff inside the shoe to basically keep my foot from sliding out the shoe. So that costume will be interesting, but I'm still hoping I don't get the corona this year. Before Flamingo Land, because, again, that would be horrible. So, there was a reasons why I got it last year, and it was because last year my grandma was in hospital. He actually had it. My nana actually visited him while he was in hospital. She actually got it from him, like a carrier. She brought it back, and everyone got it. So, yeah, everyone got the corona in the house. Kyla got it bad. She actually had to use an inhaler. I'm hoping that doesn't happen this year, because that would be horrible. Like, literally horrible if that happens. So, let's just hope that does not happen this year, because I just want to celebrate Halloween. I just want to make a lot of kids happy, which, it probably would make a lot of kids happy. Because kids would like a Warhog Sonic, because I've never seen a Warhog Sonic in Flamingo Land yet. And I do enjoy dressing up as Sonic, and I get a lot of attention as Sonic. There's funny moments at times when, my sister's dressed up as Shadow and they call him Sonic. It's funny. And I'm thinking, no, that's Shadow. But I do think that the Shadow costume does need to be worked on. Again, So that people will start to think, yeah, okay, that's Shadow, not Sonic. I think he needs a bit more stripes on him, I think. So then people will start to think it. I also probably would have to work more on his shoes so then people can actually think, okay, that is Shadow and such. But yeah, again, they do need to be properly fitted with soles on the bottom of their shoes so they don't slip. Basically both costumes need soles. When I think about it, there's 3 costumes altogether that need soles on the bottom. Yeah, so the Sonic and Shadow ones definitely need soles on the bottom of the shoe so they don't slip. And also the Werehog one as well needs a sole on the bottom. Because last time I was in Flamingo Land, I slipped. I slipped on my backside, which was weird. I think it was the time before the time I ended up in Flamingo Land, I think. I can't remember which time it was, but me and Kala did slip. We did slip on our backsides. It was funny. Because even though the floor was basically like a bit dry, there was just leaves, and we just slipped on the leaves because they were that wet. But even when it was basically rainy, like, you know, the floor like was all wet and whatever at one point, we just kept slipping. So we actually can't walk on slippery floor, unfortunately. We have to, well, we usually have to turn it off. Usually have to take days off when it's like when the floor is wet and whatever. That's what we always did. But I think having the soles on the bottom of the shoes would help walk on slippery ground, especially wood, because wood is definitely a no-no with these shoes. But I think actually putting it on the bottom of the shoe would help avoid slippery issues in the future. So I do need to take all like 3 pairs of shoes to the shoe shop. You know, as in the shoe crafter or something. You know, someone that basically repairs shoes. And I have to take it to him, and he'd have to put a grey sole on the both Sonic shoes. Basically the 2 pairs, in other words, the Werehog one and the normal Sonic shoe. And then for Shadow, I'd have to get basically a red sole to put on the bottom of that one, because Shadow's shoes are actually, well, red, on the bottom, sort of. So I think red would sort of work for Shadow. But yeah, so yeah, basically, again, back to this, it's sort of improving my eye, I guess. Still red. It'll get better, I hope. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about for today's video and such, so I will make more in the future, so